Mic over to our runner, Talia, so we can kick off this Deltarune Chapter 2 No Major Glitches run. Talia, take it away.
Hello. This is going to be Deltarune Chapter 2, Main Route, No Major Glitches. That's a bit of a mouthful, but Main Route basically means we're not going to be doing any of the alternate route stuff, and No Major Glitches means we're not going to be using major glitches, basically. I'll explain what that means later on. For now, I'll start it by doing a little RNG manip.
Every time I read NMG,
Done.
I read it as No More Heroes. Like No More Heroes, but with a G.
Yeah. So that was actually the quote-unquote RNG manip. We used to have to actually wait there at some point, but with the new game update, it updated Game Maker version or something, which made RNG work differently, which we now get what the RNG thing that we want by just mashing the cutscene to the start. So that's really helpful. Anyway, I'm gonna not delay any further. Choose the best name, and time starts as soon as I press yes here. Oh, I'm also joined by KJ, who just finished his Undertale run.
Hello.
And yeah, I believe we'll just get started in 3, 2, 1, go. I'm gonna have to explain a lot of things at the beginning. So, right about we're gonna talk to the bed right away, which is gonna teleport us right into the dark world and skip all the intro. We can do that because we have completion data. It's basically like a quote NG plus thing. Yeah, it saves a lot of time. I'm glad that we can get right into the action real quick. And I'm going to try to go for a kill wrong warp here. There we go. So yeah, wrong warps in this game work a lot like the wrong warps in Undertale. They send you to the default position of the room, which sometimes is very beneficial. More than that. But to get worm warps, you have to get something called worm warp state, which is given to you, but if you either transition into a room through a cutscene, which means not going through a room transition, or you save and reload a save. And that basically gives you worm warp state, which lets you walk out of a transition frame perfectly to get a worm warp off. And the cool thing is that if you get a worm warp while in wrong warp state, you keep wrong warp state, as long as you don't miss the wrong warps. So you're going to be a lot of the run's going to be chaining those wrong warps to get them to where we want to actually get the big wrong warps. And yeah, this is the combat system. It's a lot like Undertale's. There's a little white bar that moves across the screen, and we have to press Z at the right time. If we press the right where the bar is in the box, we get a crit, and it turns gold. Bird Buster here. And that deals a lot more damage. And it's also frame perfect in this game, which it's 30 FPS, so it's a 30 FPS frame perfect. So in 60 FPS, it would be 2 frames. So it's not that hard, but it's still really hard to pull off consistently. But yeah. It's going to be really significant later on.
Also, the thing about wrong warp state is that since entering a screen transition causes you to lose wrong warp state, it means that there is way less room for error, because if you miss a wrong warp and enter a screen transition, you have to reload and redo the wrong warp chain all over again.
Absolutely. Hopefully I'm not going to have to do that, but we'll see what happens. Alright. Right off the bat, we're going to get into an encounter skip here. The biggest difference between Undertale and Deltarune is that you can see all the encounters just like walk across the screen, just chilling, and you can avoid them by literally just avoiding them and not getting hit by them. Instead of just, RNG like it is in Undertale. That's a really cool portion of this run. You may have noticed that in our movement, we also actually have a bit of acceleration. We have a top speed that Chris can run at when we hold the run button, and a lot of the movement in this game is going to be maneuvering around the obstacles while not bonking into any walls, because bonking gets rid of our top speed. So yeah. Whew, that was a mouthful. We're going to get into the arcade portion real quick. We're going to be playing a little bit of Punch-Out. If you have like a donation you want to read, you can go ahead and do that right now.
Yes, let me check real quick and see what has popped in. We do. We have a $10.69 donation from Captain Kate that says, Use this to buy a Mercedes Benz.
Nice.
That'll,
Right.
I think, that'll get us a little bit of gas. That'll get us just enough gas to get to the voice actor's house and be like, hey, we need you. Get over here. We do have, let's see where the bid war is at the moment regarding this. Currently, the bid war, don't get the banana, sits at $125. I almost said 125,000 because I was spacing out. Just $125. Get the banana at over double at 287. So everyone is on track to get their potassium, but that will stay open for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, you might have seen me try to get a hit in between those two boxes that came from the sides of the screen. You can actually sneak a hit in there, but it's a little bit precise. I missed it there. Alright, time to do some menuing. I'm going to be taking off some armor off of Chris and Ralsei. Wrong thing. Oh my god. Okay. I'm going to try to do a series of wrong warps. Oh my god. Menuing.
Yeah, menuing
The first
is...
significant warm-ups in this game.
Yeah. The thing about Toby Fox games is that all menus are... Oh,
I missed it. Alright, I'm gonna try it again. Yeah, you'll see when you miss any frame perfect warp, you just have to save and reload.
also, I think it's also worth mentioning that in Toby Fox, at least in Undertale and Deltarune, all the menus work. The menus don't have
Let's
any
go.
like waiting room in between them. So the menus will go by on consecutive frames if you can menu that fast.
Yeah. The menus in this game are really responsive, and they're honestly really fun to go fast through. Anyway, that was early DJs. You're supposed to do like a whole host of actions to get the DJs normally, but we can do 2 warps from the start there, and get to them right away. And here, we're gonna kill Chris real quick. So this used to be a complete R&B section of the game, but in some version, Toby Fox actually patched in that if the first robot isn't dancing, you always get the Chris hit, which is absolutely amazing because this used to be a really huge reset point, but now it's completely consistent. Shout out to Toby Fox, honestly. Also, shout out to Chris also being dead in this little cutscene. It's really funny.
I remember like back in 2021, this battle used to suck so much, just because Chris would not die.
Alright. So you might have noticed we bought 6 bagels at the bagel shop when we were in between the wrong warps. What actually happened there is that we pay for the first 2, and then they give us the last 4 for free out of their generosity, and then we resell them all to them. To be able to afford these 2 items. So yeah, we basically just scammed them. I think I got the cycle. The cycle's really scary. Let's go. Alright. Gonna do a little cool thing where I bring this bullet all the way to the key. Too high. Okay. Doesn't save that much, but it's really cool. This part, it's actually really important I focus here, because I can't miss any of these little arrows. If you get all the arrows, you get an item, which is actually just part of the item route, so we'll have to get this. And I'm pretty sure I got all of them, so that's nice. It's not precise, but it's very stressful. Do a little menuing.
Is there like any backup for if you don't get all 70?
No. The backup is you close the game and try again. Okay, coming up is actually the hardest kill in the game. This is Birdly, and if you want to kill Birdly in 3 turns, you will have to get, out of the first 6 crits, you have to hit 5, and the 1 crit that you miss can't be a Suzy crit. That's how tight the damage is. I'm gonna try. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get this, but I'll try my best. Okay. How did this start? I'm gonna have to hit this triple.
Birdley's one of those characters where I imagine everyone has the same head voice for him, even if they haven't heard it before, you know?
One cut off. Unfortunate.
Oh,
Oh, so close. This is really hard. Can't be mad. And I hit the triple there. Average Birdly. I bumped. Oh, we're gonna see one more turn. Yeah. A side effect of the menus being very responsive is that it's very easy to miss menu. Yeah. You basically want to get Birdly low enough that Rousey can pacify them and end the turn. And that's Fields.
technically, and because of the way the menus are, it is technically possible to menu absolutely frame perfectly with every input being on consecutive frames, but no human can do that.
Yep. Alright. So here we're gonna have wrong warp state again because we transitioned through a cutscene. And I'm gonna
Oh,
be
look.
going for a cheeky little wrong warp chain.
It's a pile.
But if
It's a pile of all the runs that got thrown out early.
Yeah. Alright, if you have one donation, you can read it.
Yes, we have a $10 donation from Octavia that says, "For freedom of choice and potassium. Thank you, Fastest Furs." Thank you very much for the $10 donation, Octavia.
By the way, the banana is gonna be coming up in about 7 minutes-ish.
Okay, we have 135.69 for Don't Get the Banana, $297 for Get the Banana. So Don't Get has a ways to go. Am I correct in that there's more than one opportunity to get one, though?
Yep, there is one opportunity up here, and there's gonna be another one later.
All right, so I've been told even if one option wins, it is still possible for the other option to win the second one. So,
Yeah. If I got those two wrong warps there, I would have been able to just skip that little bridge at the beginning. But it wasn't meant to be. Oh well, it's not. It's one of the less significant wrong warps. Alright. Honestly, I didn't know that cussing doesn't trigger right away. Alright, coming up, we're gonna start getting into the 3 mouse puzzles, which, all of them actually have some sort of skip, whether it be really small or really big. The third one is actually gonna be the hardest skip in the entire run. It's gonna be a 5 wrong warp chain, and hopefully I'm gonna get it first try. But if not, I can do. Doing it casually isn't that big of a deal. Alright, M1S time. I missed it. If you push that box and go on that button at the same frame, you can actually just walk out of the room instead of doing the puzzle. And that saves quite a bit, but I didn't get it. That's fine. This backup's really fast. Okay, gonna spare this guy real quick and walk right past these ambulances. See ya later. Ooh, this room is gonna be cool. And go for a little cool setup I found. Hopefully this works. Yep, nice. I love that.
Oh,
I
that's
can
so
do all
convenient.
those. Yeah, I can do all of those in just one swoop. Okay. Is there anything I didn't explain yet? I think I explained most of the things. We're gonna be getting into a cutscene in just a bit, so if you have some more donations, you can read them.
we do have a couple more donations. We have $11.80 from Oasis that says, "We need to get back to nicer looking numbers." We also, and speaking of nicer looking numbers, KK Etchy donates $10.69 and says, "I keep getting messages from people that just say K. Why is everyone texting me about potassium?" Kind of like calling your parents to tell you, or calling your loved ones to tell them you love them. You gotta remind people to have their daily banana. Bananas are important. Like
Shoutouts to the gold Birdly statue with the golden Crocs and the golden diaper with IQ written on it. Truly magnificent marvel.
When this showed up on screen during my casual playthrough, I was in shock for about 5 minutes.
Alright. Next room is gonna have the save point where we're gonna save and reload, and that's the 3S save point. Mouse 3 skip. Hardest trick in the run. Here we go. Save twice for good luck. Give it a couple tries. First, that's one. 2. I missed it. Whatever. I can do casual mouse 3. Not the biggest deal. Look at minutes, but in marathon settings, it's better to just take the time loss. Go for a little cheeky little skip in mouse 2, where I can get access of this. Push this. Okay, I missed it, but sometimes you can get access to that little mouse switch earlier, and you can hear the mice to come out faster. But it didn't happen there. You honestly don't know what happens, but it's cool when it happens. Do Chad Mouse. Let's go. Run through all of that.
That is absolutely terrifying.
Yep. If we got the whole 5 wrong warp chain, we would be able to teleport to the other side of this bridge and just skip this entire sequence. But it's really difficult. It's 5 frame perfect wrong warps. So I can't be too mad. Oh my god. Okay. This one, look at that.
Chat, what are we trying to spell? Wrong answers only.
Yeah. I run glitchless. I can do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All these patterns are random, by the way. I'm gonna hope that they don't give me patterns that require too many moves. That was pretty nice. First couple were rough, but pretty good. Alright. Time for the second Burley fight. In just a little bit. This one's not nearly as hard as the first one, but it's still pretty easy to mess up on if you miss menu. Okay. So, if you haven't noticed already, we have Noelle, which is a different character than Susie and Ralsei. And Noelle has this ability called IDOC, which is actually really powerful. It does like a lot of damage, and since we did the Play Smart act at the beginning there, it does actually more damage than it normally does. So yeah, Noelle can make quick work of Birdly here. Wow. If only there was a little path of the game where Noelle can just show off her whole power.
If only such a route existed.
Yeah. Would have been really cool, like, see her story arc. I mismenued. Okay, one more turn. I need to focus more.
It's not a miss menu. We are giving chat just that little bit longer to appreciate such a beautiful game.
So true.
It's the scenic route, as I call it.
Take a safety save real quick here. I don't think I need it, but
Every mismenu is done for RNG manipulation, by the way.
It's a happy accident.
Alright. This little road here is going to be where the first banana is. So, it's going to be about 15, 30 seconds from here. So get your last minute donations. I'm going to ask you in just a bit.
We have a pretty healthy lead for Get the Banana at the moment. I mean, never say never until it's the moment of truth, but it is at double what Don't Get the Banana is.
Okay. What most people don't know is that if you hold both left and right here, you can juggle the cars, which is really funny. Oh, no, I missed them. Save the cars. Alright, what's the banana incentive right now?
It is Get the Banana at 297.
Alright. Here it is.
Chat, everyone type potassium.
Potassium.
Goodbye, cars, by the way.
Now keep in mind, the incentive is not over yet. There is one more banana later in the run, so don't get the banana, voters. You could have us avoid the second banana if you get those donations in.
Alright, time for spam to skip. I missed it. Okay, it's not the biggest deal. So, if you interact with that poster, the same frame that you triggered the Spamton fight, you can actually just walk past him. I'm gonna try to get it again. It's not a big deal. If you die to Spamton, you can just respawn right here. So you can just keep trying.
Phantom's theme does go very hard.
By the way, Spamton deals so much damage. In Glitchless, it's so easy to like him. Actually, just the strongest boss in the game. Nice! Let's go. I'm gonna be walking out of the room. Goodbye. And yeah, you're gonna be walking onto cars. So, if you do Spamton skip, and you trigger that switch that you're supposed to trigger, it actually just soft-locks the game. Good thing that the cars don't have collision, so you can just, like, walk around and hit the transition from the other side. It's really funny. Alright. So here you're gonna be seeing me walk back and forth next to these barriers. This is so I can keep my speed through these. It actually saved, like, a little bit of time through it. But otherwise, this is pretty much a cutscene, so if you have any more donations, you can read them.
We do not have any new donations coming in yet, but I wanted to update people on what personal incentives we have going, so I'm going to do some update. If we can hit $6,000 total donated before the end of this run, we have a professional voice actor who has performed as Ralsei for live dubs before, who is going to join us to sing the Mercedes-Benz Ralsei song in his Ralsei voice. That is for if we hit $6,000 before the end of Deltarune, you guys will get to hear the closest thing you can to an official Ralsei performance about his Mercedes-Benz. And if we can hit $6,969.69 by the end of the marathon, so by the end of Tunic True Ending, I have agreed to give out a copy of each of the games I hosted for. So a copy of Super Metroid, a copy of, I mean, probably on eShop. I don't want to try and buy an original copy off Amazon. But a copy of Super Metroid, a copy of Deltarune Chapter 2 that is free. I didn't think this through. We'll get the Ralsei plush. I'll buy the Ralsei plush. We'll get like a piece of Deltarune merch. Anyway, a copy of the game or a nice piece of merchandise from each of the games that I host to one random winner for each of the games if you donate during the 3 runs I host for. So if you donate during Deltarune, if you donate during Super Metroid, if you donate during Tunic, you are entered to potentially win a prize from one of those games if we hit 69 by the end of the marathon. And you get Ralsei singing if we can hit 6K by the end of this run.
Right. You saw me menu up there to get the gift to Noel. It's actually way faster than all the other options. Because you get to basically just skip cutscene. Anyway, here's the hardest enemy in the game. Stairs. It's so hard to keep your speed on stairs. They're just really janky in this game.
The movement tech in Deltarune is absolutely incredible because having to like conserve your speed means you can't just rub against a wall, which means all the turns you do have to be like done with relative precision, and it's awesome.
Yeah. It's really satisfying. And get hit. Let's go. Oh, good menuing. Alright. What else? Alright. Shoutouts to this next screen where if you just run through it, half the fireworks just don't exist. Okay, that's actually a lot of fireworks. Okay, they all existed there, but most of the time, they just don't show up. And I don't think we know why the cause of
I told you Dippin' Dots were aggressive, man. I never trusted them from the moment I saw them for the first time.
Yeah.
Ice Cream of the Future just means they might have a chance for the AI to go berserk.
Yeah. Oh, something I didn't mention for mashing. We actually have an auto masher for this game, which is just implemented in. If you hold control and shift, you can just go through the text boxes. Yeah, 15 text boxes per second. You can actually, most people can actually mash more than that. But I'm just gonna play it safe and just keep holding control and shift to get the fast mashing. Anyway, time for this little segment where we catch the mice. This is actually really scary. Most people don't know this because most people haven't missed a mouse here. But if you miss one, you lose 10 mice, which loses a lot of time. And I've done it more times than I'd like to admit. Specifically, I've missed the last one. More than 0 times.
There should be like an incentive for future runs of this to make it mechanically frustrating for the runner. Like you have to do this minigame using a trackball instead of a keyboard.
That would be awful. Alright.
Imagine
Hello.
if you have to move the cursor using speech to text. Like you have to, like those old games that had a microphone, like Hey You Pikachu, and you had to use that to move the heart by going left, left, right.
I'm sure somebody already modded
God.
that in. Would be so surprised if that doesn't exist.
DDR Mat Deltarune. Make it happen.
Oh man.
Alright. Now we're gonna get captured, and we're gonna go to the mansion, which is my favorite part of this game. The music is great, the movement is great, everything is just great.
Also, with all the text blazing by, one of the biggest differences between Undertale and Deltarune runs is that in Deltarune, you can just hold the button down and you mash. Whereas in Undertale, there's a lot more manual mashing.
Yeah. You saw me menu really fast there to get to Lancer. It's kind of scary because the option right next to Lancer is the cell phone, which if you miss menu to it, it just triggers an unskippable 10-second cutscene, which is really funny.
Oh man.
But I didn't do that, which is very cool.
This dialogue is going at about the same speed as I swear my college professors did when I was trying to take notes.
Oh my god.
Man.
Alright, time for the puzzles. The second one is gonna have a skip. Hopefully I get it. Called Mansion Interact Slide. Fast first puzzle. That was pretty fast. Alright, here it comes. Let's go. Okay. I need to not match through steps. Very important. And now I just skipped the entire ending sequence, which takes like 10 seconds. That's really cool.
Whoa, Burley just like went off the screen there.
They just clone themselves to things. Burley can canonically do that. Alright. Oh my god. What? I was looking away from the screen. That was like 1 pixel off of being complete. That's really funny. Okay, what word do we get? This word that we get is random, and it can actually save or lose you time, because the text scrolls so slowly. Prodigy. One of the slower ones. It's not intelligent. Intelligent takes like 7 years to scroll. Yeah. It's the biggest meme in this game, that if you get intelligent, your run's just dead. El Bozo. No. Soon we're gonna get into the actual mansion section, where we get to hear Pandora Palace, which is such a good track.
Pandora Palace is an absolute banger.
To anyone that has a car, I beg of you, drive at safe highway speeds, but play pretty much any track from Chapter 2, and it works so well for driving down the highway with your windows rolled down.
God, I should try that.
The first thing that I'm going to do once I get a car is I'm going to get on the highway, and I'm going to get on a highway at a safe speed, and then I'm going to turn on that song, and then I'm going to turn on Queen's Fire mixtape.
I would not recommend bumping into other cars in order to save time.
Alright. This track. So amazing. You're gonna take a little damage hit there. I'm gonna respect the pottery in this room, except we're not.
Since we're about
if you match the pots there, they actually don't anger the enemies that through there, so we can just like do that safely. By the way, I didn't know this when I first played the game, but if you break the pot and go back, you can just like roam through that room and just break all the pottery. Disrespect all the pottery you want.
Since we're about halfway through the run, do we have time for a donation or two?
Yep, sure.
All right, we did have 2 new donations came in. Mr. Shasta donated $20 and said, well, that just sounds like a good idea to me, which I'll get to in a second. Hedge also donated $15 with no comment, but that means they are both added to the potential raffle if we hit our end goal for the marathon. But I wanted to highlight that means we are under $200 away with about 25 minutes remaining before the end of the Deltarune run. Remember, if we can get less than $200 more to hit $6,000 before the end of this run, you guys are going to get to hear a voice of Ralsei performing a very well-known internet song that Ralsei likes to sing. So please get those donations in, give yourself a chance to be part of a giveaway raffle at the end of the marathon, and let's get some cute boys singing.
Time for Mouse Wheel, the biggest RNG section of the game. Hopefully get him into returns, but we'll see. That was good. 50. Right on the line. Need 50 and more on the next one. No, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, 36. Unfortunate. Whatever. Extra turn. Oh my god. Wait. Does that get it? Yeah, okay, easily. That was scary. You need everyone to be alive to be able to cash X. So, yeah. I'm gonna need to take a safety save right before the next section. Usually you skip that one, but I don't want Ralsei to die again. Shout out to people trying for so long to just find the key before it shuffles in this room. You can't do that.
It's not possible. They coded it so that you won't ever actually find it.
Yeah. There were some clips on Twitter where people just like found them, allegedly. Those are fake. 100%.
That's to the cameo from Toby Fox, by the way.
Yeah. You love the annoying dog? Alright. Time for us to will these out of existence.
Is that part with the annoying dog also coded a certain way? Like, could you manage to get the key after hitting the first table, or do you have to hit a certain number of tables with the annoying dog before it shows up?
After you shuffle, you just go there and it shows up. So you just have to shuffle it once, so hit it 3 times. By the way, that room has actually had a lot of developments. We found out initially that you can just like break those bots to despawn those enemies. And before that, they would just like straight up cease to exist. They just disappear. But in some patch, Toby Fox actually just coded an animation for that, which is really cool. And the side effect of that is that that's now allowed in glitchless, which I think is incredible.
The easiest way to patch out bugs is to call it a feature.
True. All right, time for some high octane gameplay. And this is where the second banana is. So, what's it looking like?
I'm going to refresh just to double check, and it looks like we are getting a double dose of potassium. Get the banana is at $312.
Nice. By the way, this is the only section of the game where not mashing doesn't lose you time. It's really cool because my hands need a break. Also, these houses are important. There's going to be a fight very soon, and hitting these houses or turning them blue is going to give us more TP in the fight, which is tension points, is basically why we graze, what lets us do the action moves. And it's going to be very significant to ending that fight very fast. Also, banana. Double banana. You really love to see it?
I love how, well, as far as I know, I don't think getting the bananas actually loses any time, which
they are all just completely optional. They don't lose or save any time, and I think that's amazing.
I always love when swag strats don't lose any time.
I think it's because the characters can eat the banana while the swan is traveling, whereas otherwise they'd have to stop to eat the banana. So if that were the case, then we'd have to figure out whether the time spent eating the banana is saved by the amount of extra energy you get from eating the banana. But thankfully, we don't have to think about that, because the swan is an auto-scroller.
Yeah. I love being able to eat bananas and not think about things. Those are two of my favorite actions.
Maybe it would make more of a difference if, like, in these runs, if you collect the banana, the runner has to actually eat a banana before they are allowed to continue the run, which I think would be interesting just to see how banana devouring tech develops among runners.
Yeah. Alright, high five. Yeah. Any virtual high fivers? Damn. You're really leaving me hanging.
Don't worry, I just high
Unfortunate.
five myself.
Unfortunately, I can't do that. I'm holding control and shift.
Ah,
Alright. Time for the fight. It's gonna be the rules card fight. And it's gonna be more of a mini game than an actual fight where we're gonna need to basically block him off before he can advance any further in this like board of houses. And based on what pattern he gives you, it can either result in a 2-turn or a 3-turn. Hopefully I get a 2-turn. Nice! This is actually the first 2-turn I've gotten since coming back to the game. I'm gonna be so unlucky in this. Let's see it. Also, that machine that rules card is standing on, that's RNG. That's why we manipulated the RNG. Because whatever head you get on that machine is actually very significant for the boss of the game. So, we did the manip, we got the correct head, and we're good to go. Sorry, Venta. I am 2, baby. I haven't learned those. Okay. So, right here, we're gonna take a picture of Halsey, and we can skip it. But, miss menu. Unfortunate. Really sad.
hugging the go. Let's go.
Oh, that's a blush, chat. That's $5. You all agreed to it. Let's see. So when I get a $5 donation from all 190 of you, we will absolutely hit our goal.
All right.
Okay,
Skip
maybe
times.
a couple dozen of you should wait. Otherwise, we're gonna blow past our 69, 69, 69.
Yeah, that was the lesbian skip. The holding right. And that saves multiple minutes. It's very cool. We love lesbian skip.
I would like to point out that lesbian skip has had a cameo on Kotaku.
I kept my speech for this entire room. I've never done that before.
That is very fast.
Wow. Okay. Very cool. Anyway, this is Queen. This is definitely the most technical boss of the game. I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna explain what I'm doing. Okay, let's miss. I'm just gonna do the safe strat. Don't have to think too much. So basically, if you hit the first 4 crits in this fight, you can get a 5-turn, but I didn't, so I'm settling for a 6-turn or more. Which is fine. Okay. So the main gimmick of this Queen fight is that every 25% of health she throws up a shield. I can get rid of the shield if I Red Buster and I hit this Ralsei crit. 1 frame late. Unfortunate. It's gonna be at least a 7-turn. Yeah, that 1 crit is just the difference between getting that turn save and not getting it. Pretty brutal, but doesn't matter too much at the end of the day. And besides, we're just gonna be able to hear more of this amazing track.
Oh, that's actually incredibly close. So Crimson did the math and said if all 194 people donate $5 for that Ralsei blush, we actually wouldn't pass 69.69. So we can still comfortably get there and get the screenshot. But I'm more focused on us only being $160 away from Ralsei singing the Mercedes-Benz song. But we've only got like 10, 15 minutes at most for the rest of this run. Chat, I know you can do it. Please get those donations in. I promise it's worth your time. Remember,
yeah, I messed up pretty big here. The real strat here is to really carefully manage her damage, so that you go from being able to pull her second shield up to just ending the fight. But I did too much damage, and this is the third shield, which loses like a lot of time, but again, we're hearing more of this amazing track. Can't be mad. And yeah, that's the fight. Okay.
I think the battle system in Deltarune, especially with Queen, is super cool because it's not only just hitting your attacks pretty perfectly. You also need to make sure that you graze to even get enough TP to begin with.
Yeah, I just love the battle mechanics in this game. The whole TP mechanic just gives it a whole new layer, and that's just so fun. It's definitely my
There is
favorite
a
part of this game.
special kind of there is a special kind of relief when you cheat death and flirt with the grazing so that you get enough TP to do a heal spell. Like putting
Oh,
yourself
man.
in danger in order to take yourself out of danger is one of the most invigorating parts of this.
Time for the final boss of the game. This is gonna be a queen. It's gonna be like that punch out section at the beginning, but it's gonna be a whole boss fight. And depending on the head of the machine that you get, it gives you different abilities. The flame head, which is the one that we got, gives you an ability that basically makes you deal a whole lot more damage, which we definitely want. The abilities actually range wildly. It's really funny. There's a duck head that if you get it, the ability just heals you, and it does nothing else. And it's terrible. The difference between the fastest head and the slowest head is like a minute.
Oh, man.
So yeah. Alright. We're gonna see all of the enemies that we recruited by sparing, which is only Mouse Wheel and Task Manager. Seeing that whole the empty train, it's so funny every time. Alright, Gig Queen.
And
This
coming
fight
up
is also pretty hard, so I'm gonna need to focus a bit.
coming up is also one of the best songs. One of the best themes in the entire Deltarune Chapter 2.
Also true, this theme slaps. Alright. The hardest thing about this fight is having to graze. Most people don't know that you can actually graze these attacks, because it's really hard. But we need to do almost all of them. Nice! You do baseball skip. And here I defend, quickly attack before she gets to do the baseball attack, and that saves a lot of time. Okay.
Do we have time for a couple quick donations?
Sure.
We got a bunch of smaller donations. Luke Chromia donated $3 saying base charity, love from me. Bloop donated $5 saying $5 more towards the song, smiley face. Anonymous donated $10 with no comment, but I appreciate the generosity all the same. Octavia donates $5 saying, for the adorable goat flush! And Hedge donates $5 and says, for the lesbian's sake.
Okay, I messed something up there. But the main reason why this fight is so hard is because if you no-hit the first couple phases, she goes into turbo mode, which both makes her attack way faster, but also makes her take way more damage, which you basically need. So yeah, you basically have to do this whole fight no-hit. With ideal damage routing, I would have been able to skip this attack entirely, which is really fast. But this is fine. Dead, so I can just defend here, and getting hit here is actually optimal, because if you don't get hit, she staggers for a bit at the end, which is useless because she's already dead. So we have to get hit at least once there. And yeah, that's the final boss. Okay. I need to mash! Celebrate a bit too early there. Yeah, if you have any donations, you can keep those coming.
We do not have any new donations that have come in. However, I'm sorry, we do have additional $5 from Bloop saying, donating on behalf of Vintagix. They say, Ralse blushed, a bet is a bet. Smiley face. We are at less than $150 with this run coming up on its close, you guys. Less than $150. If everyone in chat donates $1 right now, we will get to hear Ralsei sing the Mercedes-Benz song. If a bunch of people in chat donated $5, we would only need 30 of you to donate $5 to hear Ralsei sing the Mercedes-Benz song. So many low-cost ways that we can get to hear something that you'll be able to replay over and over and over as many times as you want.
Can I cut you off there a little bit?
Go ahead.
By the way, shoutouts to the speedrun page allowing music mods, which means you can alter the music tracks that don't affect anything.
What's your favorite to replace it with?
Maybe this one.
Wait, what?
You can keep going if you want.
Wait, who's singing this?
That was all the donations we have so far, but...
We love the roaring. This is just an unskippable cutscene. Honestly, everything after Gate Queen is basically just a long cutscene. Where we just walk home and then go sleep. So you're gonna have a lot of time to read anything.
I'm sure. Well, I will give a heads up, guys. There's also plenty of reasons to continue donating. We still have 2 other bid wars that are going on. We have the poll for the Super Metroid Randomizer to choose whether to save or kill the animals. Kill the animals has not gotten any traction whatsoever, so Save the Animals is running away with it with 269.31. But like I said earlier, there's always got to be that one person, that one somebody who comes from behind and makes a huge donation and kicks everything into overdrive. This is your chance. This is your chance to be the WWE-style heel-face-turning villain who sets everyone into a frenzy and raises a bunch of money for a charitable cause, and all you have to do is click that donate button. Or if you want something a little bit less competitive, we do have, I don't know if it would be less competitive, we also have a bid war for the Tunic Fox color. Choose between light blue, gray, pink, yellow, or orange, which is the default. Right now, pink is in the lead with $262.60. Gray is a little bit behind with $129.19. But these are the last bid wars of, I believe, the entire marathon. So it's easy to make a choice. You can donate as little as $1, or I think even as little as like 10, 15 cents and put it towards one of these polls. So please take the chance to contribute, or if you don't wish to, share the marathon. Let's hit some of these incentives. Like I said, less than $150 until we get a song that no one is going to be able to stop singing if we hear this live on stream.
Yeah.
I was about to say that even though I've heard these songs so many times already, it's still the roaring and a song like Next to the Fountain still gives me chills to this day. They're both incredible.
Yeah. Just Toby Fox and music never goes wrong.
Yeah.
He knows exactly how to make the right vibes. Anyway, while we have so much time, I'd like to give a huge shout out to the whole Deltarune community. It's been one of the most just fun speedrun community I've been a part of. Just the week that this game came out, just tearing it apart, finding new things every day. It was so cool, and this run that we basically created, it's just really fun. It's really exciting, and yeah. Shoutouts to Crystal, who's had the record in this category for a really long time. Shoutouts to Jack with a Q, who literally just got the record in this yesterday. For a really cool run. And shoutouts to the rest of the Delta community. Shoutouts to Vintel. Shoutouts to Ashmishta. Shoutouts to the Magic D, Wiffle D, and Ocean Bagel and Puniki. All those people. They're really cool. If you match there, you can actually get You can get Chris to go all the way to the bathtub, which is really funny. I don't have the genetics for it though.
Do we have time for donations?
Absolutely.
So we got a $5 donation by Chibi Buizel, who says, a weird crow man appears to say, abortion rights are human rights. But right above it, we got a $150 anonymous donation with only the comment of, "Sing, goat boy, sing." And with that, right at the end of the run, we have managed to hit the 6K incentive, which means I'm going to get in contact. I think we have the person that I asked to do this. We're going to finish out the run, and then once you've said your send-off, we'll get them on here and officially finish the run with that Ralsei Mercedes-Benz song.
Yeah.
Don't forget, you guys, we are going for one last incentive, a milestone of $69.69.69, $6,969.69 by the end of the marathon, by the end of Tunic True Ending. And if we can hit that incentive, I will be giving out a prize based on each of the 3 games that I'm hosting for to someone who donated during these 3 games. So everyone who donated starting at the beginning of Deltarune to the end of Tunic will have a chance to win one of those prizes if we hit 69.69.69 by the end of the marathon.
The rest of the run is basically just going to be text matching, 2 more racers, and that's it. The times is going to be on the last Xbox. I'll call it when that happens. It should be just a tiny bit underestimate, which is pretty cool. I missed a lot of things this run. Happy I got underestimate, at least. Or at least I think I got underestimate. Actually, I think I might be just a bit overestimate. So, whatever. Happens. Yeah, my math is wrong. Bad. Alright, 1 choicer. And 2 choicers. Gonna be holding control for the win. I'll tell you when the last Xbox shows up. Sleepy time. And time is coming up. Now. Honestly, and that's all, honestly that's all for me. That's it for me. KG, do you have anything you want to say?
Not really. Aside from that was a really good run. Thank you for having me as commentator, as well. And yeah.
Yeah. And
Awesome. Well, thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
thank you for hosting.
No problem. I think we have a little bit of time. I don't know if you guys want to pop off immediately. If you want to give it like 2 minutes, we're gonna see if we can get the voice actor on here to do the song.
Alrighty.
All right.
I know I should have given them a little bit more of a heads up. But yes, so I think we should make sure to give like some extra thanks to Toby Fox. I don't know if people knew this, but Deltarune Chapter 2 was originally supposed to be the first of the paid installments for Deltarune. And I believe it was still in process when the pandemic had first started. And it was sometime in like October or something like that Toby Fox said, hey, we were going to charge for this, but right now the world is going through a tough time and, you know, people need something to keep them going and something to look forward to. So Toby Fox ate the potential earnings that he would have made off of Part 2 of Deltarune and released it completely for free. And I believe that they said they were going to start by, I think they're doing batches from then on. So like 3, 4, and 5 are going to be one, or it's going to be like 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Point being, Toby Fox did not have to choose to give this out for free. It was not the original intention to give out Chapter 2 for free, but they did it anyway. And I just thought it was worth giving a shout out and having chat say thank you, Toby Fox, for putting all of that that generosity out into the world for us.
Huge shout outs.
Yeah,
Even in addition to that, Toby has been really what's the word? He's been really helpful to the speedrun community. He helped like patch in that intro skip. He made it so that the biggest RNG reset point is just not 100% consistent now. And he also made it, he patched the wrong worst, but he still let them stay if you hold both control and shift, which is so cool. He did it specifically for speedrunners, which is amazing. Huge shout outs to Toby Fox for everything.
Yeah. As much as we poke fun at Toby Fox for his programming, he's an incredible game developer and an incredible person all around. Shout out to Toby Fox.
We wouldn't be playing these games if they weren't amazing.
Yeah.
All right, I do see that there he is. There's the person of the hour. How are you doing, Nathan?
Nervous.
Nervous. So for those of you who don't know, Nathan Martin is a voice actor and a good friend of mine and a colleague. And when we had done the Deltarune Chapter 2 live dub, we had a little bit of a casting process of our own. And Nathan here was the community voted favorite to voice. What lad were you chosen to be, Nathan?
I was voted to be the Goat Boy.
The Goat Boy? Does he have a name?
Ralsei.
Ralsei. Oh my gosh. Do you have a favorite line that you enjoyed saying as Ralsei?
It's hard to pick. It's really hard to pick, to be honest. It was.
I'm already having. Go ahead.
There's so many great moments in the live dub, both funny and when we were actually being serious in our line reading. It wasn't all just constant memes.
For sure. It was there was 2% seriousness there. The other 98% probably shouldn't say on stream, but. Anyway, as you know, we hit the 6K milestone, and did you have enough time to prep the song? Are you familiar with the lyrics and the tune?
I believe so.
All right. Well, Nathan, whenever you're ready, please give us your Ralsei rendition of the Mercedes-Benz song.
All right. I'm driving a Mercedes-Benz. These are my friends until the end. I am a band in this art, chuffing upon the fattest dart.
That was so good.
It's incredible.
Thank you to whoever thank you to everyone who donated, but especially thank you to the anonymous donation that got us there. Nathan, thank you for making time on such short notice. I guarantee you clips are already being made and being shared. So please.
Thanks for thinking of me. Thanks for bringing me in.
All right. I think we're good to send off this run. Thank you very much, everyone. Take care.
Have a good night.
Oh, see, chat. See, you see what happens when we come together and we make great things happen. Goodness gracious.